Hello, magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of Gangster Magician Tarot, where I'll be your host, the Gangster Magician himself. And I'm here for you to give you another read because I missed you. I couldn't wait to see you again. Trust me when I tell you. Wait all day to do this for you. Love it. Okay, oops. Love it, love it, love it. And so does my co-host, Archangel Michael. He says he loves you too. He says he's happy to have you. He said, let me tell you, he said, you are the ones who bring the fun because you are the sun, okay? And that is what it's all about, Archangel Michael said. Also, open our heart chakra to you. So bring all the love. We appreciate it. We love it. We love it, love it, love it. We love you. And we love all your positivity. We love all your kind comments. We love all your likes and subscribes. We love it. Trust me when I tell you, it makes us happy. You make our day by doing that. So thank you so much. So let's see what we're working with here. What are we doing? What kind of day are we gonna have today? Let's see. It feels to me like it's only a matter of time now. It's almost like people are now on they're borrowed time now. It feels to me. It feels like they're borrowed. People are borrowing time. Okay, they were supposed to be gone by now, but still got a couple months. They will be gone by the end of this year. Okay, trust me when I tell you that. I could assure you. Believe me. That is 100% happening. It's a 9 year. It's a completion year. This is why it's at the point it's at right now. Okay, why do you think it's like, all these people are, it's like it's coming out. The demon in these people is coming out. That is what is the big takeaway here, is that people, not just people like us can see them, like just regular people can see this now. And they're like, whoa, why didn't I see that before? But it's because whatever spells they had put on these people, whatever illusions we created, are now, they're done. It's over. Whatever binding spells, whatever nonsense these people did, it's over. So let's see what we're working with here. See, figure something's about to give. I think it's the calm before the storm. Wouldn't you concur? So let's see what we're doing here. Okay, so of course, you're working, like I just said, people feel like they're on borrowed time, okay? Like they're taking out more time than they should. So this world and universe will confirm that, okay? Because they're trying to keep the cycle going, okay? They're trying to keep this cycle incomplete. They want to continue to take shortcuts. They want to leave it to where you get no closure and, and incomplete. But that's not happening because you're the one who's going to be ushering in this new earth, this new world, okay? You are the one who completed this cycle. Okay, so there's nothing these people can do. They can hold off as long as they like, okay? Because at the end of the day, it only makes the end more painful for them and the reward that much better for you. So, like I said, patience is a virtue. We're more than happy to be patient, okay? We're more than happy, okay? Because we know that everybody sees this basically as a 4 of cups. This is not what people are looking for, okay? People are not, they're indifferent to this, okay? So whatever's going on here, they're not bringing people in. People are not all and out about this. They're not like, how they were at one time, this person at one time became like they were, like they were the it person. Like they were bringing all this excitement to the table, okay? It was all at your expense. They said they got all these people involved in the situation now, and now they're going to be paying the ultimate price with this, okay? And you are going to be getting the ultimate reward because of this. So that's why you didn't have to fight back. You let them listen, always give people enough rope, brother. Make them, listen, they got to walk the plank now, okay? You're just making these fucks walk the plank, okay? That's all it comes down to. You ain't doing nothing. Go ahead, and they're just sitting there, they're waiting. They're like, they don't want to jump in yet. Listen, we got all day, brother. We'll sit here all day until you jump in there. Okay, the crocodiles are waiting for you. Okay, because remember this, we're Knight of Swords, very action-orientated, very ambitious. You're very driven to succeed, so you are not going to let any karmic energy stop you here, okay? Because you're very fast-thinking. You defend your beliefs. You didn't let this narrative, create this narrative of you to where you went along with it. You weren't going to go with what these people said, okay? Because why would you? They're nothing, okay? That's what it is. They want you to make you think like you were nothing, but the whole time, it was all, they were the ones that were pulling on your energy, projecting onto you, and then trying to make it like you were the problem, okay? But at the end of the day, all you ever were this Queen of Cups. Everybody knew it. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. I mean, there's not even a question about it, okay? That's your default, the Queen of Cups, okay? And people, this is what they want to be around. They try to make this like this is a weakness. Like, you were weak. No, no, no. No, no, no. And that is why these people now are seeing you as a full-blown empress. That it wasn't just about the cups with you. There's a lot more to you than just cups, okay? Now, that is why people are very, very much wanting to head your way, okay? And not just, you know, your counterpart. Lots of people are watching you right now. They're seeing you in real time, on the streets, whatever you're doing. They're like, whoa. Like, you know what I mean? They are blown away by when you walk into a room, heads turn. It's that simple. Okay, and you know just how to handle it. You know just how to handle it. You're the best. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, and that's why Three of Pentacles in reverse, this world in reverse. There's a lot of, you know, not working together over there. Not too much teamwork going on there, okay? People all have different views of what's going to happen here, okay? They're all scared, okay? They all want to take these shortcuts, okay? Now they're coming off disorganized. There's a lack of teamwork. There's disharmony, group conflict, okay? And this is all because of you being this Knight of Swords energy, action-orientated, ambitious, driven to succeed. They could not stop you, okay? They could not stop you from wanting what you was meant for you. You were not going to give this away. You're not going to roll over and die for anybody, okay? Two of Pentacles. That's why you were able to adapt. You were able to balance, okay? You were able to balance your decisions, okay? You used your time correctly. You know, you knew what you were doing here, okay? You had multiple priorities, and you were able to handle that. They didn't think you would be able to handle. They tried to make it like you were like a dope, like you couldn't take care of yourself, you couldn't handle multiple priorities. That's what they try to present to your counterpart, that you were unable to, you know, do business correctly. You were a mush when it came to money. Okay, so all this was just designed to keep you and your counterparts apart. But at the end of the day, now everybody sees exactly who you are. Now there's people that said all this about you. You have to answer the question as to why they said this about you. Why are they saying this? What was they getting out of this? And people are knowing that they did that for a reason, okay? People are coming clean because they have to, okay? They're not going to be able to get away with this. They're stuck. They're stuck, and there's no way out. The only way out is apologizing and coming clean. That's the only way out of this. And some of these people will take this to the death, and that's fine. We expect that, and we rather it be that way. We don't want them around anyway. We don't even want to accept their apology. The right people, we will accept their apology, though, okay? Because Page of Cups, because we know creative opportunities are headed. We add intuitive messages. We know who's who, okay? You know what's going to happen here, okay? You got new love on the horizon. You are being seen as a happy surprise, okay? People didn't see, you know, the dreamer in you, okay? Now you're coming off as a, you know, very sensitive dreamer, okay? And we like that about you, okay? Makes people see that, you know, there's a realness to you. There's a very genuine side to you. You're not, it's not all a show with you, okay? And that's why Three of Cups, it's going to be a celebration, you and your soul tribe. People like to be around you, okay? This is a good time, okay? It's not all just work with you. You know, there is play. So you know how to balance your work and your play. It ain't like, you know, it's not all about, you know, working hard and playing hard. It's all about balancing that. Knowing when to work, knowing when to play, okay? And that is exactly how you will be eventually, okay? Some people do not know about how to balance things, and that oftentimes leads to them toppling over, okay? Because if you're not balanced, oftentimes you fall, okay? And this is what these people are learning, so... And you're teaching that lesson. You are the professor, okay? And you are giving them quite the lesson here. Trust me when I tell you, okay? Because Three of Wands, because you got your action plan in place. It is moving. You are blooming, okay? Your secret garden is starting to sprout, okay? And that is where you are, Three of Wands, okay? You are headed towards your Four of Wands. You are headed towards your happy home over here, your milestone. That's exactly what you want, okay? That's exactly what you wished for, that and the Two of Cups. And it is coming, okay? Because you know why it's coming? Because you have this lover's energy, okay? You never lost it. They wanted you to lose this energy. They wanted to take this from you. They wanted you to come back bitter. They wanted you to be in the mentality of hurt people. They wanted you to continue this cycle, okay? And that's what happened, okay? They hurt this is even continue with your counterpart, because your counterpart was hurt before that. So they went on this hurt people thing. Okay, but you did not allow that. Even after that, even after you were hurt in the worst way, you never said, I'm going to go now hurt somebody else. You said, nope, stops here with me. Not going to do that. Why would I want to hurt somebody? It's an innocent person. Okay, we don't stoop to those levels like your counterpart has. We're not a coward like your DM is. Okay, you're not like that. Okay, and they're seeing clear as day what a real one is like. Okay, and they're humiliated by this. Okay, they're so ashamed of yourself, your counterpart, right now, for the way they participated in this, that they don't even know this is what they need to heal from. They're seeing themselves as an absolute disgust. Okay, they're seeing themselves as disgust that they allowed themselves to fall into this. But hey, it was meant to happen. So hopefully they can figure out a way out of it. Hopefully you can forgive them and get past this. But who knows? It all will happen in time. Everything will happen in divine timing. That is what it's all about. It's all about being patient. What's meant to be will happen. Whatever's meant for you will always find you. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, and you know what you won't find you? All these different options, okay? Maybe, you do have options. That's fine, okay? But doesn't mean that you're going to explore each and every option, okay? Because that's not what it's all about. That's where confusion comes from. This is why, this is what they had your counterpart in this confusion state with the options, this one. It never works, okay? Because too much of a good thing always leads to you becoming sick, okay? That's why it's all about moderation. That's why they say, drink responsibly, okay? Because too much will get you sick. Too much will cause chaos. Too much will cause consequences to happen. No matter what you indulge in, too much will bring you down one way or another, okay? And you know this because you are a fool. Because you're innocent, you're pure. And when you're innocent and pure, you're not worried about options. You're just worried about being happy, okay? You're just worried about having a good time. That's all you care about. You're not here to, please everybody else. You're here to please yourself, okay? And that's the way you're supposed to be, because it's all about loving yourself and doing the best for yourself. No putting anyone ahead of yourself anymore. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a kid. I don't care if it's a fucking husband, a parent. Listen, if they're not willing to do it for you, then you're not going to do it for them. I'm not saying don't protect your children. I'm not saying, but do not risk your happiness for anybody. I do not agree with staying in a situation because of whatever, okay? Because anything that's risking your happiness will affect what you care. Because whatever you put above yourself, you will lose anyway. So it doesn't really make a difference. You're going to lose it anyway because you already lost yourself by doing that. So remember, you cannot love somebody properly unless you love yourself. It's that simple. This is what your counterpart was unable to do. They didn't love themselves, okay? So the fact that you loved them so much made them question your sanity. That why would anybody love you? That's because it's with these people around them. They bashed into your DM's head, okay? They bashed it into their head that nobody would in their right mind would really love them, okay? That it's not about love. That the fact that you love them is crazy. They must have a motive. Nobody's like you, blah, blah, blah. And this is what your counterpart wished for. They wished for somebody like you that would love them like this. They wished, and then they find it, and what do? They discard you, okay, and go with the enemy, and sleep with the enemy, okay? And now they're fucking in complete regret and disgust that they even participated in this, okay? Because even if they knew what they were doing, right now they're even more disgusted because they even knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. And that's what's the worst part about it. Okay, and that's why you have a Two of Wands in reverse, and now they have a fear of the unknown. Fear of change, okay? They had a lack of planning. They didn't plan this far. Nobody's seen things going this far. Nobody saw it, okay? They thought that these options were going to go on forever. This person was going to continually be confused with the options. Everybody knows you're not an option. Everybody knows. They all know that you're this Knight of Swords, a very action-oriented, ambitious person, driven to succeed with creative opportunities, Page of Cups, intuitive messages, and new love on the horizon, okay? Everybody knows this, that you already got your action plan in place, that you're already making things happen, okay? And that's why they're fearing the unknown, because they know that you going to the next level is going to knock them back to it, it's going to down level them, okay? You being up level down levels your counterpart. Okay, so this is why there's a Three of Pentacles in reverse around that person, because everybody's working there. Nobody is happy over here, okay, because these options prove to be futile and few and far in between. Okay, in this cycle they try to, use shortcuts and keep going, is finished. Okay, just like they are finished. Okay, because everybody knows that whoever they tried to destiny swap with you, whoever they tried to give your, star energy to, is clear as day being seen as a fucking joke. Okay, because you're the star of the show. You're the one everyone comes to see. Okay, you are the showstopper. Okay, and that is what's going to happen here. This motherfucker could not even come close to holding a fucking candle to you, first off. Okay, they want to act like they're going to replace you and destiny swap with you. No, no, no. Okay, they could not tie your fucking boots. They could not lace your boots, brother. Okay, so the fact that they even tried is a joke. And that's why they're going to be seen in the worst way. They are going to be destroyed and humiliated in front of so many people in such a harsh way. And your counterpart's going to have to sit there and watch, okay? And you're just going to laugh, 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 and walk away because you don't give two fucks what happens there. Because why should you? Why should you? Look at what you became. It's all because of these people. You would have never known who you were if it wasn't for these fucks. Okay, that's why Knight of Cups, your creativity, your romantic charm, your imagination is being seen. All right, people may not have seen this because they put so many eyes on you. Okay, you're coming off almost like a knight in shining armor. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. And you've shown that you're a Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. You've shown this. Time in and time out, okay? Because you're a magical gangster, for God's sakes. Come on now. You're the one who brings the fun. You are the sun. You are this person's happiness. You always were this DM's happiness. You were what they wished for, okay? You are a Nine of Cups. You are their Nine of Cups. They sat there and they looked and they said, let me write down, this is what I want in a person. Every last thing, you checked every single box, maybe one or two. Maybe one or two you may have not been on, but who cares? You can't, nobody's perfect, remember. So, closest can be, they got as a person who could stimulate their mind, not only their body, but their mind. Okay, you are the one who was able to bring that, even spiritually stimulate them to a point where they've never felt the love that they felt for another human being like they did towards you. And that, scared them a bit because they were so used to giving love, putting it in the back seat and worrying all about the pentacles. They came from a family of fucking trolls that all, put money above love, okay? And that's just probably being a product of the environment, okay? It's like growing up as perhaps your counterpart. It's almost like growing up with a family. I believe, was it the Munsters, where there was like the one normal girl, or was that the fucking, I don't remember. But it's the one normal person, and then they're all like, they're from a family of monsters, okay? So this is basically what pretty much you two and your counterpart they come from, okay? You're the normal one that comes from a family of monsters, okay, who only care about money, apparently. So it's just like, that's all being seen now, okay? And that's how you're going to be able to clear these people out, because you're showing them that it was never about the Pentacles. It was always about the Cups. So anybody who said you were weak, Queen of Cups, because of your Cups, is now being seen as the weak one, because they didn't know that unconditional love creates abundance. That's all you need to get to your Ten of Pentacles, okay? These people, they want to take shortcuts. They wanted to get there quick. They thought there was a rush. They thought there was a race, okay? But apparently they must have not read the old turtle in the hare, saying, okay? Because slowly is the fastest way to get to where you need to be. Make less mistakes that way. These people obviously did not get that memo, and now they are paying the price. And you are getting the reward, okay? And that's what you knew was going to happen. You knew this was going to happen. You just continued to do the right thing, and that's why you stayed positive, son. It's why you are the one, okay? Most people would have went bitter by now, not you. And that is why you're still the way you are, because you are a chosen earth angel, okay? You are part of the 8th house crew. You are a magical gangster. So nobody could take that from you. They tried and they failed. Now they're finished, okay? And now, now whoever that was coming against you, perhaps this your counterpart, they're releasing this negative self-talk, this pain, this, they're releasing, they want to forgive, they're going to recover, moving on, three of swords in reverse. So Okay, whatever. Of course we know that's going to happen. They're going to want to move on. That's not mean anything to us. What it means to us is to show us. Don't tell us, show us. Okay, because we already know the end is here for them. We know it's over. We know they're going down. We already know they're losing everything. We know they're going to show up with their tail between their legs. We know they're going to say, oh, we're sorry, we didn't, blah, blah, blah. Because it's designed to be this way. This is how their ego gets destroyed. How else is their ego going to get destroyed? They have to lose everything. They have to be seen like a joke. They have to be seen as somebody who, was, obsessed with wealth and status, okay? They're a fucking joke now. You see that, DM? You're a fucking joke. Nobody gives two fucks about you. People laugh at you. They laugh. You're a fucking joke. You know it. So your DM knows they have to look in the mirror, okay, and know they're a fucking joke. They know it. That's why it's so hard for them to recover from this, okay, because they know they're a fucking joke right now, okay, and it's driving them crazy because they thought that they were better than you because they came from a little bit money, okay. They might have more. They might have more education than you, okay. They might have had an easier way growing up than you. But at the end of the day, they're the ones who are now going to pay the price, okay? And they're going to be the ones who suffer a worse karma than you ever had, okay? Because they have to lose everything. They went from having everything to losing everything. It's going to be a long fall, DM, okay? Because you, on the other hand, Five of Pentacles, are recovering from financial loss. Okay, it's going to be a wealth transfer here, okay? That your person's going to lose everything while you gain everything. And that's up to you what you want to do with this person after that, okay? That's up to you. But this person will forever be indebted to you by whatever decision you make when it comes to them having nothing and you having everything. So remember, it is a test. That's your final test. I'm not going to give you the answer, but I believe you will know what to do when that time comes, because that time is coming very soon, Ten of Swords, okay? The end is here. For anyone who came up against you that wants to continue this charade against you, okay? This is coming in their final destination, okay? Ten of Swords. Okay, so if they want to continue to come up against you, be our guest. Be our guest. Put us to the test, okay, if that's what you want to see, okay? Because you could try one more time, but that last time will be your last time, okay? And everybody knows. Okay, so that is why I believe people now are releasing this negative self-talk. They want forgiveness here, the Three of Swords in reverse, okay? They know this is not what they want, okay? They can clearly see there's disharmony. Nobody's working together. It's not a good time, okay? They didn't plan this far, Two of Wands in reverse. They didn't have a long-term plan. They didn't see this coming, okay? They didn't realize. They thought these options were going to keep going forever. They're going to keep your counterpart indulgent forever, okay? They thought they were going to keep this cycle world going forever. But now, your counterpart, Three of Swords in reverse, they want to release this pain, okay, because it's too much for them to handle, okay, because they're thinking back and they're saying, I can't believe I did this to my Divine Feminine. I can't, and this is what is holding them back. They're not having a good time, okay? They're very much upset that they're doing this, and they don't know how to get out of this because they're stuck, and they have to deal with these people, okay? They're getting sick, and they have these people constantly in their ear bad-mouthing you when they know what the truth is, okay? They're becoming weak. They're weakened, okay? Because Five of Pentacles, where you're recovering from financial loss. Whatever this person did to you, you recovered from. Okay, because you're too action-orientated, too ambitious, too driven to succeed. Nobody was going to take you down. Nobody was going to kill your spirit. You're too strong, and this is why these people now are being seen. Okay, so creative opportunities are coming your way because of this, because of you being ambitious and orientated. Intuitive messages continue to come because you're a very, very intuitive person, okay? You're a high priestess, for God's sake, okay? People want to be around you, all right? Because of this Knight of Cups energy, because you're very romantic and charming. Okay, and whatever you got going on, Three of Wands is working, okay? So things are growing, you are sprouting, things are coming together, okay? And now your counterpart now is hitting this Three of Swords in reverse. They're releasing pain. They want forgiveness, as we see, because they have lost everything. They are losing everything, okay? Not just just Pentacles themselves, okay? They need to get themselves back. And the only thing that keeps this person going is the thought of being with you. This is the only thing that's keeping them alive right now. Because if they don't find a way to get back to you, this person will, unfortunately, unalive themselves. And that is something you would have to live with for the rest of your life. because of, not forgiving them. So I'm just saying, it's your final test when this person comes, when they come broken and, heartbroken, and they come to you and they ask for forgiveness. What are you going to do? Good question, because that's clearly what they're doing right now. That's what's going to be happening. So that's up to you what you want to do. You know what I mean? You're going to see them as at a weakened state. You can either kick them when they're down, or you can pull them up with you, okay? Or push them up, actually. Choice is yours. I know you'll make the right decision. You're a good person, right? You don't kick people when they're down, do you? I don't think so. Okay, you'll know a genuine when they're being genuine. That's just how they're going to come. Okay, because that's where they're coming, this chariot, okay? Movement is coming this way, okay? They're coming because they know that they have no other choice now, okay? Because they went to this King of Wands to be bailed out. This King of Wands said, the only way I'm willing to bail you out is if you go apologize to Divine Feminine for what you did. I cannot believe that you did. I'm so, this King of Wands is so disappointed in your counterpart and what they did right now. That the counterpart is, that they having so much pain, but now they have to release that pain. Okay, and the first step is by apologizing to you. It's the first step, or they're never going to heal. If they don't come apologize to you and kill their ego, they're gonna perish. They're not going to survive this. And that's very unfortunate, because they're a good person. But this Five of Wands, this conflict, this rivalry, this competition, it's taking its toll on these people. Okay, they can't keep this up. You're too strong. You took on a whole community. Come on. I mean, they put you on display for this. So it's like now people know what they're fucking dealing with when it comes to you. Okay, it ain't a joke no more. It ain't like, oh, yeah. Like, no. People see now with their own eyes how strong you are. God showed he's real through you. And this is, something these people, they never seen coming. Okay, because you remained balanced, like I said at the beginning. Okay, the balance that you have is the reason why you are on the street that you are, because you never let yourself get to that point. You know how to work, play. You know how to balance. Okay, you know when to work, you know when to play. Okay, and that is why the chariot is here for you. Movement is here. You always had this Seven of, Pentacles. You always had this long-term view. You always worked hard. You knew where you wanted to be, and that's why Five of Pentacles, you're recovering from financial loss, because whatever these people took from you, whatever they caused you to lose, it really didn't matter at the end of the day, because you always had this Knight of Swords energy. You were action-oriented and ambitious. So something was about to happen. And not only that, you had the Knight of Cups being romantic and charming while being action-oriented. So it's quite the energy. Let me tell you something. While also being a Page of Cups energy, okay? Very, very creative, okay? Very, very intuitive. A lot was going on for you, okay? While being in this Temperance energy. And your enemies here trying to keep the cycle going, but clear as day did not plan this far, and now are having a lack of teamwork with the Three of Pentacles in reverse and this World in reverse. These cycles they tried to keep going are now finished. Okay, because now with this counterpart releasing this pain, they have the Chariot here, and they want to move towards this balance, which is you. Okay, this is what they always wanted, but it had to get to this point so you could truly both appreciate each other. Okay, this person needs to earn your respect now. Okay, you've earned their respect. Okay, you've earned their respect. That was how it was supposed to be. Maybe they didn't respect you at the beginning. They do now. Okay, now they have to earn your respect. And that's when things will get to the next level. So God, what are we working? We know that this person is releasing the pain. They're trying to come towards this balance with this Chariot. What are we working? What's going to be the end result? What's going to get us there? What is going to be, get in the way of this? I know we have these people here trying to keep this cycle going, but they're clear as day. They didn't plan this for them. So, okay, what's going to be the end result, I said? What's going to get us there? And the end result will always be you being financially or institutionally supported by this Hierophant. Okay, so this Hierophant will put an end to this whole situation. And who's this Hierophant going to put an end to? Okay, because this is your institutional support, right? Usually institutional support could be cops, police, religious, work, any type of thing that is a large, that has the society and its norms, okay? A lot of wisdom here, this Hierophant. Who are they going to end for you? And that will be this devil, of course, okay? Because they will be sent back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. And that will be the end result for this, okay? And that is why your counterpart is releasing pain, okay? And working on themselves. 7 of, with this Chariot here. So it's headed your way. I'm going to do a confirmation read. And then, this makes sense because think about it. They just lost everything. That's got to be painful. Now they're releasing the pain. 3 of Swords in reverse. They're moving towards you. You have this Hierophant here who's taking this devil out for you, getting out, because I knew that would be getting in the way. The Hierophant institutionally supporting you makes things much easier for you because they clearly see the balance that you bring to the table, and they clearly see you recovering from financial loss and not being what these people said you were, okay? And these people are now being seen as what they said you were, okay? And this bunch of corrupt hypocrites they are. And they don't know what to do. And now they're, now they're sad, okay? But you don't give 2 fucks. They didn't give a fuck what happened to you, and you don't give a fuck what happens to them. And that's just what it is sometimes, okay? It's what it comes down to. So we don't care what they say. We don't care. Let's see what we got here. Get a little confirmation here, a little clarification. But we do know the Hierophant was ending this devil for you. So it's very clear on that last one, if you ask me. But what do I know? I'm just a Gangster Magician. All I do is throw them in the box, chop them in half, make them disappear because, we do the karmic energy. We're magicians, and then we pull a rabbit out of the hat, send everybody home happy. It's all about sending them home with smiles, putting smiles on faces. So what else we working here, guys? Let's get a clarification here, please, and thank you. See what else we can get to here. All right, I pretty much looks pretty good for you so far. I would concur with. Okay, so what's not going to happen now is these people coming up against you. Whoever thought it was a good idea, now Ace of Pentacles reverse is seeing that clearly was not a good idea. Okay, because they missed your chance with you. Yeah, there's a lost opportunity. Okay, and maybe that was how your counterpart's feeling. Maybe this is how they were feeling in the past because they did just lose everything. Okay, remember that. Now they're releasing the pain, okay? Because everybody could see that you are the one who brings the fun because you are the sun, okay? Your positivity is the reason why, this is a continued thing here. This is why this person has to release this pain, because they see that every negative thing they did could not hold you down, okay? That you remain in this temperance energy, and even though they took everything from you, you're still recovering from financial loss, and you still remained action-orientated and ambitious while remaining romantic and charming. Okay, after they tried to do everything to bring you down and stayed positive while doing that. That's the whole reason, is you stayed positive. If you gave up on the positivity, you would not be doing what you're doing right now. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, because 8 of Pentacles reverse, because there was a lot of misdirected activity here. They wanted to steal your work, okay? This is why this Ace of Pentacles, this is why they lost their opportunity, okay? Because people thought that they were going to take all that was meant for you, okay? Remember, you worked very hard with this 8 of Pentacles, okay? Now they thought that they were going to take that work and go right to the, basically like it was, they were going to jump on your shoulder and take the 10 of Pentacles from you and say, oh, that's ours, we created that. We let you create and then come take, your energy from you. This is exactly what an Ace of Pentacles in reverse is. Okay? These people, clear as day, are showing themselves as thieves. And who sees that they're a thief? Okay, that they're trying to, steal your work. This Hierophant, of course, that is why they're putting an end to these people. Okay, that's why they don't want to be bothered. This is why they came to take this devil out. Okay, this Hierophant. They know what they went out to do here. They understand the situation. And these people don't know what to do. Okay, when the Hierophant comes. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when they come for you? And that's exactly what's going to happen to these people. Okay, because they are coming for you. Because they see what you did. okay? And we see that you are going to be getting this, your wish come true, this Two of Cups, okay? Everybody knows that this is what your wish come true. This is what they tried to stop. This was what they tried to block. This was the main thing. This is why they did everything possible now to destroy you, and now keep your counterpart stuck. But your counterpart is releasing this pain. They've already released the devil, and they've already lost everything. Okay, so they released the devil. They lost everything in the last reads, the last two reads. Okay, this is 7 p.m. Yesterday's last two reads. They lost everything. Okay, they released the devil. Okay, they were becoming a King of Cups, and now they're releasing whatever pain and negative self-talk, and they're being fearless. They're wanting to forgive, and they're being optimistic about the future. That's what's keeping your counterpart going. They're being optimistic that you are going to forgive them and have this Two of Cups with them. Okay, this is what is keeping them alive right now, and that is a very genuine. This is very genuine too. This isn't. They're not. They're not wanting to be a certain kind of way, because Four of Pentacles, they saw what it was like for them to be, greedy and selfish. They seen what happened. They lost everything because of this. Okay, not wanting to share, not wanting to, help. They felt like, it felt like you were being like they really believed that you were a gold digger, like that you wanted their money, they really thought like that was what you were all about. But you have clearly showed this person that no, all you ever wanted was this Two of Cups. All you ever wanted was for them to be a King of Cups. You didn't care about their King of Pentacles and them. You didn't care. I mean, yes, do you like it? Yes. Are you attracted to it? Sure you are. Do you admire it? Yes. Have you seen him as a King of Pentacles? Yes. Okay. But all you were really appreciated about was the King of Cups in them. That's what really drew you in, okay? And they couldn't understand why somebody like you would love them, okay? Because they were so conditioned to believe that they were unworthy of love, okay? And that's why they continue the cycle of hurting people, okay? Your counterpart was hurting other people before you, okay? Because they were hurt previously, and they felt that was what needed to happen because of the people around them. To tell them that love makes them weak. That's all it does. It's all about the Pentacles, and that was what happened to this poor King of Pentacles, this King of Cups, and turned him into a King of Pentacles in reverse, because they had to direct from the love to something else, okay? And that was with the Pentacles, and they were willing to do anything to become successful that way. And they even had a copycat who was pushing them, trying to keep them stuck that way too, overindulgent. But now they're releasing that, because the devil's been releasing that, okay? And that's why whoever tries to steal your work knows that they can never keep up, okay? Yeah, they can steal it temporarily, but you got to maintain. They didn't plan this far. Okay, they didn't plan this far because you did. Because that's why you have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? That's why you have this Two of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles. Come on, this is on this first read. This is the first couple cards. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, okay? Doesn't get better than that. And if you think it does, then you're sadly mistaken, okay? Because the last two cards that came out are the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, and you know who else is here? This King of Swords, because they see everything, okay? And they know that this is what is in your future, okay? This Two of Cups and this Ten of Pentacles, because that is what you deserve. You earned this. This is not handed to you. This is not just given to you. You earned this, okay? This was your wish, Two of Cups. This is your bonus, Ten of Pentacles. Remember that, okay? Because you have your foundation built on this Ten of Cups. This is coming with that. This is part of what happens when you do things for the love and not for the money, okay? If you do a certain skill and you do it you don't care how much you get paid, you do it because you love to do it, you will see in the result how much better it is, okay? It's almost like a football player, okay? It's like a lot of times they'll do it as soon as, they'll pretend, oh yeah, they're in it. They'll show that they love it, they're into it. Once they get paid, then they stop showing love, okay? That shows you who really loves the game and who really doesn't, okay? The person who loves the game is the one who doesn't care about the money. They just want to win. They want to keep going. They want to be the best. They're not worried about the money because they know the money's going to come. They know money comes and goes. It's not about the money for them. They want to have a legacy. That's where the smart person comes from. That is the person who's always remembered. They never remember how much money you had in the end. They just remember how you made them feel. Don't ever forget that. And that's what this counterpart now is understanding. Okay, it's not about the money anymore. That's only a bonus. Okay, because Four of Swords, because you resting and relaxing now is what this person needs to do. This person now releasing their self-talk, this negative self-talk, this releasing pain, Three of Swords reverse, now it's going to put them in this Four of Swords. Okay, so they're going to have to rest and relax for a bit. That's what we're suggesting your counterpart do. Rest and relax, okay, before you come towards us in this Chariot, okay, because don't worry, the Ten of Pentacles is here. Two of Cups is here, okay? They're leaving behind this, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this lost opportunity, this Eight of Pentacles, okay? Because this lost opportunity, this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, clearly shows that the people thought that they were going to, they were going to come take your financial opportunity from you. They were going to take your opportunity, okay? But no. You were too hardworking, okay? And there was no way that anybody was going to stop you, okay, from receiving what is meant for you, this Ace of Pentacles, okay, bringing you to this Ten of Pentacles, because clear as day, you're a Nine of Pentacles. So you have this Ten of Pentacles here with this Two of Cups. So that tells me that you have somebody bringing you your Ace of Pentacles, okay? That's exactly what that means. And it's going to be this Two of Cups, because remember, you are the one who is a wish come true. You are your counterpart's wish come true. They know it. We know it. Everybody knows it. Okay? Like I said, they wrote you down. If they wrote you down on a thing, you would be exactly what they were. Especially now. Now you are every last thing that they ever could imagine. And more now. And more. Okay? And that is why this person is still optimistic about the future, still not giving up on themselves, still willing to come towards you, okay? Because they know that they have to release this pain and they have to become the best version of themselves and they have to earn your respect if they want to get to where they need to get to, okay? Because you are their wish come true. And, they're not going to get it unless they do the right thing. That is part of the deal. You want this wish, you got to do the right thing. And it's up to them to see if they're willing to do that, okay? Because Six of Swords in reverse, because, maybe they might be resistant to change, but at the end of the day, they will see that being resistant to change will be a very much the detriment to their health and detriment to whatever they, want in their life, okay? But I believe that this resistance to change is whoever was around them or resistant to change what this person was going. They didn't want this person to become who they were becoming, okay? They seen them around you. They seen the love coming back to them. They seen that they lost control, and now them being resistant to change, thinking that they could steal and, take from you is what's causing these people now to be clear as day seen as rotten, okay? And that is why you have this Three of Pentacles reverse. There's lack of teamwork there, okay? Especially when you have this type of environment. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, with a Six of Swords in reverse. That's just a stagnant group, okay? That don't want to change. They don't want to change. They don't think that they have to change. They think that, that they were above all this, okay? And you know who thought this? This is the one who was resistant to change? Of course they do. This King of Swords in reverse, of course, okay? The malicious King of Swords in reverse. This was the main culprit, okay? This is the head of the snake, okay? This is the one that was all in your DM's ear, okay? This is the one who was telling them that you were nothing, okay? It was all about the money, that this is a fucking troll, this is a heartless bastard, okay? And they knew that you would never look at them like that, okay? And they didn't like that, okay? They didn't like the fact that, you had this love for this other, this divine masculine, and you looked down upon this person. Not saying you looked down upon it, but you did not, you seen what this was. This was their counterpart's best friend or a colleague or somebody, but that was somebody in their ear, that one that's always like, nah, like, you don't even know that they're saying stuff bad about you, making up lies. But now they're being a question about that. What's this all about, King of Swords in reverse? Why'd you do this? Okay, people want to know. Because Three of Wands, they clear as they see, you have a plan coming in place. You're moving along. This person said you were unable to do stuff. They said you could not be trusted with money. You couldn't be able to do anything like this. You're not smart enough, is what this person said. It clearly seems like you outsmarted them this time, doesn't it? See, because this person's the type of person who thinks they're the smartest one in the room. Okay, but the fact that you outsmarted them drives this person insane. They are losing their fucking mind right now, especially now that this King of Swords, your counterpart is Three of Swords in reverse, releasing pain and heartbreak, okay, and now are resting and relaxing Four of Swords, getting ready to prepare to come towards you with this Chariot, okay, because they see that you have this Ten of Pentacles and this Two of Cups in your energy, okay. They know this is what they're looking forward to with you, okay. This is their end goal. This is what they want, and it's all up to you if you're going to allow that to happen. And I think you will make the right decision on that. Because remember what you wished for. Remember what you wished for. I need you to remember that, because you did wish for this. So it's coming, but it's all happening to the chagrin of this King of Swords in reverse, this malicious bastard who lacks empathy, who really thought they had you finished. They really did, because this person does not like strong feminine energy, especially divine feminine energy, because that energy does not respond to this energy, okay? Weak feminine energy, like a Queen of Swords, like a Queen of Wands in reverse, yes, that they could control that energy. Not you, because they can control that energy with money and whatever lost. Like, see, a Queen of Wands reverse is willing to do anything for money, okay? They're whores, okay? They'll sell themselves. They don't care. You have too much respect for yourself. And this King of Swords knows that they cannot control you that way. And this is what makes you such a threat to them. And that's why they did everything possible to try to turn this divine masculine on you. But at the end of the day, they showed exactly how much worth you are. Now this person wants to leave this behind. And this King of Swords is in disarray because the Three of Pentacles in reverse, because whatever teamwork they may have had in the past is now being seen, okay? It's group conflict. There's no teamwork. They're disorganized. This King of Swords feels like they're working alone. They were resistant to change. Six of Swords reverse. Eight of Pentacles reverse. They were trying to steal you and your DM's work. They thought they were going to get ahead at your expense. And now they missed their opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, because they did have a chance at one time, but they felt that this was the way to go and they wanted to be a scammer. And now they're going to be scammed all the way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again, okay? Because you are the Queen of Swords and you have boundaries, okay? And that is the reason why this King of Swords in reverse cannot get close to you. They cannot say anything. They can't do anything because you do not give them the opportunity. They can't get close to you. You have too much protection. You're too strong. You're too amazing. You're Page of Wands. Your energy's limitless potential. You're an inspiration. Okay, they didn't see you coming this far. They didn't see you having this Queen of Swords with this Two of Cups. Okay, they didn't see this Ten of Pentacles coming. That's the whole reason. It's because this Queen of Swords, this boundaries. This is what you lacked before this whole journey. This is what you needed more than anything. Anything more than this made you an Empress. This, because you were already a Queen of Cups, you were already a Queen of Pentacles, you were already a Queen of Wands. You did not have this Queen of Swords. You got the bonus now is that you are a High Priestess and Magician with that too. So you are Empress, High Priestess, Magician, which is the best energy possible, okay? And it's all because of you getting boundaries with the Queen of Swords, allowing that to happen. This was the final piece to the puzzle for you, okay? This was the missing link. Okay, and this is what got you here. You must thank this Queen of Swords because this is the reason why you are who you are. This is why you're getting a Two of Cups. This is why you have a Ten of Pentacles. This is the whole reason why your counterpart is releasing the pain that they had that was caused by this King of Swords in reverse, and now they're resting and relaxing because of your boundaries. Because if you didn't have boundaries, they would have still continued to walk all over you. They would have still tricked you, and you would have still found yourself in this jackpot because you would have had no boundaries, and they would have crossed those boundaries. What happens when you don't have protection across your boundaries? What happens? People cross them, okay? But when you have protection, people cannot cross your boundaries and they remain safe. Your energy remains safe. And that is what is happening here. And these people could not take it any longer, okay? Because they were so used to building with your energy, stealing your energy. And the fact that you sealed it off is why you've seen exactly who is who and why they are no good, rotten piece of shits, okay? And that they are nothing but loveless bastards, okay? And that's exactly what this King of Swords in reverse is being seen as, okay? Because they told this counterpart that love means nothing, that you were weak because of the Queen of Cups in you, that you were going to make them weak, that it was all about the Pentacles, okay? And that now this person lost everything because of that from listening to this King of Swords in reverse, okay, about this Lovers in reverse energy, and now it's nothing but chaos and disarray. Not only is there, business disarray there's love, that there's no love, and they're losing all the money, okay, and this King of Swords in reverse is being seen as the reason why. This is the person who told your counterpart to stay away from him. This is the person who pushed him towards an Empress in reverse. This is the person who continually badmouth you. This is the person to this day that is still in your counterpart's ear trying to say that you are the one who's doing all this, that it's preposterous. They would never do this. This is who that would say this. That's preposterous. I would never do that. That's what this person would say. And now they're crying, they're screaming, they don't know what to do. They can't believe that they're being seen this way. Okay, they can't believe it, okay? They cannot believe it, Page of Cups in reverse, because they can't believe they lost their opportunities with this. They can't believe they're being seen for what they are. They can't believe it. Three of Swords. They're heartbroken. They don't know what to do. Okay? They are lovers. They are seeing what it feels like to feel pain now. This is the type of person that could not feel love. They hated you because you were able to feel love. But now they're feeling pain now. Okay? Because they got caught. They're not because they're in regret. because they got caught and they're being seen as the demon they are, okay? And you were the one who defeated this devil, okay? This is the devil. All right, so what's going to happen with this King of Swords reverse? We know they're finished, okay? We know it, all right? The counterpart here is this, you and this Queen of Swords. You got the 2 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, your 5 of Pentacles reverse, recovering from financial loss, clear as day. You got the Hierophant backing you. And you know what else will end it here, brother? You know what else you got going? You got this earth, this new earth, brother, because this cycle is complete, okay? So whatever it started with, okay, what did it start with? Where's that fucking thing? This world in reverse, this cycle trying to keep it incomplete, okay, trying to keep it going. Guess what? It's over now, okay? It's going to end with the world here, brother. It started with an incomplete, finished being complete. Cycle is complete. You completed the cycle. And you know who you're going to complete the cycle with? Okay, you know who's going to be there? Who's releasing all this negative self-talk, this pain? They're resting and relaxing right now. They're going to come towards you with this Chariot. And you're going to have a 2 of Cups with and a 10 of Pentacles with. You know who you're going to get that with, Queen of Swords, because of your boundary? Do you know? The one you love, of course. The King of Cups. The only one that you ever cared about. The only one. The only one who always had your heart. And now they're back, okay? And they're back better than ever. And they're coming for you, okay? So what you going to do? All right, so hope you enjoyed that read. Have a great day. I love you guys. See you at 11. Bye.